the building here on your right used to house the oldest Ford dealership in the Louisiana Purchase. The dealership decided they needed to move across way, though, closer to the interstate, so the building's been renovated into condos and apartments on the top, and then gift shops down here on the bottom. We've got an Academy of Music where you can rent bicycles as well and go ride around Natchitoches for a little ways. Or you just go in there to the Wi-Fi cafe and get on the internet for a little while. Now this building here on your right is our Cafe Fredericks General Mercantile, which was established in 1863. Cafe Fredericks is the oldest general mercantile in the Louisiana Purchase. It's also the oldest family-owned business. Inside Cafe Fredericks, you can find the original 1917 cash register, as well as the original 1892 elevator that is still in use to this day. It was originally owned by the Caffeys. They sold half of it to the Fredericks, and then the Fredericks continued to own Cafe Fredericks.
The store was established by two brothers by the last name of Caffey, who immigrated to the United States from Eastern Europe and built what became one of the largest department stores in North Louisiana. They each had a second generation they each had sons which were cousins and formulated the second generation of operators. And in 1920, my grandfather came into the store as a floor sweeper and delivery man, and worked his way up to eventually purchase and own the company for himself. The store has always been a general store. We've had served people of Natchitoches with everything they'd need from the time they were born to the time they died. In fact, one of our slogans was from cradle to grave, because we sold cradles and we sold coffins. And anything a person needed throughout their lifetime, whether it was to run a farm or to run a household, could generally be purchased here at our store. Our primary push is service. We like to serve our customers. Our customers are very loyal, and I think that the level of service that we give, along with fair pricing, ensures that we continue to operate. And also to have an awareness of what your competitors are doing, how big box stores operate, how other independents operate. As long as you have a continued awareness of how they're running their business, you can adjust and run yours appropriately.
What can people find here they can't get anywhere else?
We are a very large dealer of radio flyer, wheel goods for kids. Extensive selection of cookware, kitchenware, kitchen gadgets, and things that typically would use in your kitchen at home. And we also, in the last quarter of the year, opened a rather large Christmas department, probably the largest in the city, and allow folks to be able to decorate their homes with the latest and greatest in Christmas decor.
What kind of Christmas items do you have?
We have a wide array of ornaments, some decorative pieces, large pieces that you could put as a centerpiece, like on a mantle or on a coffee table. Just about anything in the line of Christmas that you want to decorate your house or your tree.
What is Christmas like in Natchitoches?
Well, in Natchitoches, Christmas, with the lights and all the festivities, really presents a step back in time for the visitor. Where else can you come and experience a 147-year-old general store with a Christmas department in the town that celebrates Christmas, the biggest in the state of Louisiana? Natchitoches is that place, and Cafe Fredericks is the store.
Now, if you'd like to do a lot of shopping, Natchitoches is the place for you to be. But we've got one little gift shop up here that's one of my personal favorites. It's our Guest Galore Craft Mini Mall up here on our left. They have 45 stores in this one building, and they like to play Cajun music, so you don't forget they're back here from Front Street. Now, Natchitoches has had about 5 movies filmed here. We had the Steel Magnolia movie with Julia Roberts. Part of John Wayne's The Horse Soldiers was also filmed here, part of Fried Green Tomatoes, as well as part of Man in the Moon with Reese Witherspoon, and A Year Without a Santa Claus with John Goodman. Since we had so many movies filmed here or near the Natchitoches area, we decided we needed our own little walk of fame. So here on our right on our sidewalk, we've got a walk of fame like they've got in Hollywood. Instead of stars, though, we've got fleur-de-lis. Whoever has ever brought any national attention to Natchitoches has a fleur-de-lis. We've got Stan Humphries, Joe Dumars, and the entire cast of Steel Magnolias. Even have Robert Harling, who is the one who wrote the script to the Steel Magnolia movies. And we've got John Wayne and John Ford. Now coming up here on your right, this big green building is our Lazion's Meat Pie Kitchen. This is the place that made meat pies famous here in Natchitoches. I've never heard anyone complain about a meat pie from Lazion's, but it's actually supposed to be so good that they'll FedEx them straight to your front door.
We have a wide variety of things to eat here in Natchitoches. It was quite a surprise, in fact, when we moved back here. Everything from the traditional Natchitoches meat pies to seafood, Chinese food, even Japanese sushi is available here, and that's a surprise.
Where are the restaurants located in Natchitoches?
There are some in the historic district, a little bit on the outside, and some on the other side of the river. So all conveniently located, no matter where you're living or visiting from.
What's the best thing about dining out in Natchitoches?
Best thing about dining out in Natchitoches is the surprise that you're going to get as good food as is available here. That's a surprise, and it's always consistent.
Today we made steak Oscar, garlic shrimp, blackened tilapia with crab and shrimp and hollandaise sauce, which we call a bourbon street. I also did oysters on the half shell and a baked oyster combo, which was a Rockefeller and half Bienville.
What's special about the cuisine in Natchitoches?
I think everybody utilizes the ingredients that we have of this community and the area we're in. And as far as we go, we strive to put out the very best food possible and the prettiest food looking possible.
We understand there's a lot of locally owned restaurants here.
Okay, we have some great restaurants here. It's a small town, but there are really wonderful restaurants, from casual to a little more fancy.
What's the best thing about dining out in Natchitoches?
The variety of foods that you don't get elsewhere.
One of the more popular attractions that we have here, of course, are our historic homes in Natchitoches, and we put those on display during the holiday season. And what we call Christmas by Candlelight Tour of Homes, sponsored by the Natchitoches Historic Foundation. And we're in one of those homes today, this Prudhomme Rouquier house, which is owned and maintained by the Service League of Natchitoches. It's one of the many historic homes that we have that has been restored and is a beautiful display of what was in Natchitoches' past. And we open those homes up. They're beautifully decorated for Christmas during the holiday season. And what's great about our holiday tour of homes is that it's more than one day during the holiday, during the month of December. It's on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays throughout the month of December, and different homes are offered on different days. So if you're coming on a weekend, for example, you could do one tour on Friday and do a different tour on Saturday. So it's a lot of beautiful homes that people normally don't get to visit. So a lot of these are privately owned and operated, so people are opening up their homes, allowing you to come in and look at them for the holiday season.
What do people seem to like the most about the tours?
Well, they love the fact that Natchitoches has taken such pride in its history and in preserving a lot of our natural resources, which we consider our architecture here one of our natural resources. Many of these properties date back to the 17 and 1800s, and they've been beautifully restored and taken great care of over time. And so when people come in, they can learn a little bit about the history of Natchitoches, its European roots, some of the colorful characters that were here in our community, and then they get a chance to look at the beautiful antiques and Christmas decorations that are put out for the season.
And we've got this big brick building. It's our old Courthouse Museum. This courthouse is actually in Ripley's, believe it or not. Not because it's the oldest courthouse, but because it is the only courthouse in the United States that does not have a courtroom. Back in the day, we really didn't like our judge, so we figured if we didn't have a courtroom, we didn't have to have court. And then speaking of the movie Steel Magnolias, everybody remembers one of my favorite characters, Weezer. I actually call her the Grinch of Steel Magnolias. But anyway, there's a part of the movie where Weezer winks at her old boyfriend, Owen Jenkins, in a choir loft. The filming of that part of the movie actually took place here on your left, which is our Trinity Episcopal Church. Everybody was just absolutely in shock that Weezer was in church and had a smile on her face, and it wasn't even her funeral yet. Now, this is just a little interesting tidbit. We're currently on 2nd Street, which has 5 churches. A while ago, we passed Church Street, which absolutely had 0. Natchitoches was founded in 1714. Back in the day, this is the way everyone traveled. They traveled with a horse and buggy, or they just traveled with a horse alone. At Christmas time, when we have our lights built up, it's like you're stepping back in history, and you're able to experience what Natchitoches would have been like back in the day. Just brings holiday cheer, and it's just an overall good family outing. During the Christmas lights, it is really spectacular. At night, the streets are just lit up with all the Christmas lights, and with the horses and the buggies, you get to see the lights much more better than you would through a car windshield or just by walking around yourself. And you get to get the clip-clop of the horses and the jingle bells we put on them, as well as sometimes we'll put deer antlers on the horses or Santa Claus hats. So it's just a lot more fun and more enjoyable.
What do you like the most about doing it?
I love meeting new people. I think that the best way to make a Christmas season is if I can make one person smile with the horse and the buggy and the Christmas lights, that I've done my job. And that's what I'll enjoy the most, is making people smile.
People travel here from really all over. We have a great location on I-49, so it's an easy location to get to. So you'll have folks from South Louisiana, but of course East Texas, even South Arkansas and into Mississippi area. People will drive, and they drive even further than that. They come from states away and make that annual Mecca to Natchitoches to attend the festival.
This is the most exciting time of the year for us. It's something that it gives us an opportunity to share not only our town but the Christmas spirit and Christmas season with everyone else. And we've been able to add lights to it every year. We have over 500,000 lights, and it's just a Christmas atmosphere, something that you, your kids, everyone would certainly enjoy. And I know I'm ramping up right now. As you notice, I have my Christmas tie on. I'm all into it. I'm ready to get it started, and it's the favorite time of the year for all of us.
What I enjoy most about the festival is that it's an event for everyone. There's something for everyone, whether it be arts and crafts, whether it's music, entertainment, fireworks, food. Of course, we have lots of great food. There's something for everyone. No one will leave disappointed.
I've been with the city of Natchitoches for almost 10 years and have lived here for a number of years, and actually went to college here, and so really grew up with my young adult life having the holidays in Natchitoches, and had our children here. We have 3 young children, and they know that Natchitoches is Christmas time. To come here really puts them in the holiday spirit. We love to come look at the lights, to see Santa on the riverbank, to have a meat pie, to walk up and down the street. You know, we get so busy during the holiday season with shopping and special events and programs that we don't take time to spend time together as a family and to enjoy the blessings that we have in our lives. And I think when you come to Natchitoches, you slow down just a little bit, and it makes you really focus on the holidays, and it's a great time for families to come together.
If people have questions or would like more information, what should they do?
They should contact our Tourist Commission here or even the city of Natchitoches. We do have a website. It'll give all the activities and an outdate and a calendar of all the events that we're going to be having. So if it's an inconvenience at one time, we make it wide and broad enough that you can come enjoy it any time of the season.
Merry Christmas! Come to the Festival of Lights. We want to see you here.